Most stories in the Borderlands start bloody. They end bloody too. Sometimes, all it takes to change the galaxy is a trio of losers trying to get through a bad day.
Alright. Guys, 2K Games and Gearbox Software, well technically since last week, but here again with an official trailer, came out and revealed something called the new Tales from the Borderlands, which is, just in case it's news to you, a pretty new standalone game, and it is described as a choice-driven interactive adventure, only set in the Borderlands universe. This new entry is, as you can see, switching to Unreal Engine 5, finally. This is in-game footage, and last but not least, the game is releasing October 21st this year for PCs, all consoles, and even Nintendo Switch.
Shut up, Richard!
I always wanted to change the universe for the better, and now we actually can!
But more importantly, we'll be drowning in ash!
This is Kathy. Please come in.
Mission Opera has only one objective.
Bring the Arcs and their revolutionary technology back home.
Coming up behind that, and by the same folks behind the old 2018 game Deliver Us the Moon, we have here a new game in the making ever since, going by Deliver Us Mars. On its way to consoles and PCs February 2nd next year. That's right, the game was supposed to be released next month, but it just got itself a huge delay and finally releasing for all platforms except Switch. Check it out. To accompany this update, the fine folks at the company also came out with this.
I know I can do this.
How does it come to this? Having good intentions isn't hard, Kathy. The hard part is knowing the difference between what's right and what's wrong. We have to leave. I will not risk the success of this mission.
How do you stay strong through all of that? How do you stay?
만약에 말이야. 만약에 누군가 당신을 죽이고 내가 복수한다고 하면 당신은 뭐라고 할까?
어? 나 죽어야 하는 거야?
아니, 만약에 말이야.
Now, at number 3, we have from December last year something called Project M. Technically a Souls-like open-world project, we hear in the same style of Elden Ring, and an action RPG that's been in the works for almost 2 years now. Well, frankly, other than that, what we do know is that the game's coming to all consoles and PCs. It's being developed by Hound 13, that is South Korean studio, which has actually gathered more than $17 million to develop this thing. Check it out.
Are you all right? To venture into that tenebrous and yawning abyss.
So, believe it or not, we actually got ourselves a little Sherlock Holmes The Awakened remake in the works now. Technically a game that originally came out more than 14 or 15 years ago as a point-and-click mystery, thriller, adventure, sort of visual novel thing. And well, as expected, well, the remake now will feature some updated visuals with a brand new story and some new voice acting, which technically makes it sort of a sequel and also, well, build an Unreal Engine 5 here. The game's releasing for all platforms except Switch and by the end of 2023.
now or you can die.
Hold still. Let's see what we can do. Captain Drummer! What are your orders?
Telltale Games, on the other hand, a few days ago came out and finally gave us a closer look at the Expanse, a Telltale series. Well, in case you're asking, yes, it is a prequel to the popular science fiction TV show that was first aired last year, and the game is now releasing around summer next year. In it, as I've said, I'm pretty much new to myself. You get to play as this lady called Drummer, who works on a spaceship, and the game's pretty much just another decision-based one. Take a look.
The greatest score any scavenger has ever come across. You'll need me if you want any chance of unloading it.
While I was investigating the village, I discovered a deeply rooted sickness.
On the other hand, and frankly, this was quite a surprise since we heard about it, we have something going on here called Broken Pieces, which is supposedly a psychological thriller and set in this French village and somehow in a different timeline in this post-Cold War climate. Guys, take a look. This game's sitting on Steam through a free demo and set to be released by the end of 2022 for consoles as well.
If by chance anybody is listening, please come help me. I'm not going to last much longer. It's now or never.
Life at the end of this season. To make it real for people in the future. She asked us about living together.
And we asked her about traveling alone.
At number 7, well, personally, I've been waiting to have hands on this one myself for a while, but once again we have Season from last year and now renamed to Season, again, a letter to the future. Well, what is described by the fine folks at the company as a third-person atmospheric adventure bicycle road trip, sort of something, and through the eyes of a young woman leaving this secluded community. Technically, this is how the game will eventually look like, and all we know is that it's releasing early next year for PCs and the PlayStation consoles only.
Made you want to tell her everything.
I got to look in her journal. The world was telling her its secrets. I think she even figured out what will happen to us when the season ends. Is it going? Is it gone?
Not yet.
Now, in case you missed out on the update at the PC Gaming Show from last month, we finally got ourselves some gameplay for, well, first off, what is described by the folks at the company as a science fiction thriller, some game called The Invincible. Now, this is a bit of a surprise, but Invincible is set in the same universe of World of Race 3 and technically on Mars, where you are on the verge of a discovery. Check it out, Invincible is coming in 2023 for PCs and the next generation of consoles only.
I located the mobile antimatter cannon.
Another one? How many of those did they... Is it active?
Dead.
I admire your composure.
Wait, someone's here. Astrogator, they're dead.
So you found someone. Fortunately, such unpleasant discoveries are indispensable to the mission.
Moving on, we have Rick or Rika, I don't know. Well, technically from last month through this indie game showcase, and what was described by developers as an atmospheric base building game set in some late 19th century rural Europe. in which you get to play as this herb witch and travel the countryside, collect ingredients, craft medicine and magical supplies to heal and aid these villages. So gameplay wise, it's some sort of a witch's life sim, and that's pretty much all there's to it. The game is coming to PCs only late 2022.
You ever feel like you're just waiting for a sign? To do that thing you've always meant to do.
At number 10 by Co-op, creators of some of the highest quality indie games of the past few years, we have once again here something called Goodbye Volcano High. This cinematic narrative adventure, obviously a story-focused game that was said to be coming out in about a month from now. Well, we now know that this game has been in development for 2 years. It's gonna be released, finally, for PCs, PlayStation 4 and 5 by the end of 2022.
You've got nothing else to lose. Might as well jump.
Since Christ broke the cross they nailed him to, with fire and steel, he took revenge upon the non-believers. Amen.
Frankly, it has been quite a while since we had any updates with this one, but finally, just a few days ago, Dust, which are these developers, did come up with an actual gameplay trailer on The Inquisitor. What was formerly revealed to be a story-driven action-adventure something, and based on a series of posts about an alternative history where Jesus responds to his crucifixion with rage rather than forgiveness. Take a look. This game is a next-generation exclusive. It is also coming to PCs and sometime next year.
Coming to you through the magic of marketing to let you know that your search for quality entertainment is about to bear fruit.
At 12, we have once again from a tad over a week ago and the news that Return to Monkey Island, which is a new entry in the popular point-and-click series, is now on its way to all platforms and releasing September 19 this year, finally. The new game is a direct follow-up to The Secret of Monkey Island and Monkey Island 2. Visually, the game seems to have been amped up just a little bit. There's new characters, story arcs, and more. Take a look.
To be International Talk Like a Pirate Day. But you don't have to wait. You can order it right now, before it's even out. Something we in the marketing industry call a pre-order. As a bonus, I'm ready to unload this shipment of beautiful horse armor to anyone who pre-orders Return to Monkey Island. It'll look fantastic in your inventory.
Oi, you missed a spot.
I've got to go now. I've got a lot of irons and a lot of fires. You know how it is. But I'll be back to steal every scene I'm in Return to Monkey Island. I'll see you there.
Coming up behind that, we have Firmament by, well, the same lead developers of the one and only game Myst from 30 years ago. Now, this is a Kickstarter project that was pledging for something like $1 million. That goal actually passed into stretch now, and the game's supposed to be released by the end of 2022. It's a PC PlayStation exclusive. In case you're wondering, Firmament is described by the fine folks as a deeply immersive narrative adventure designed for virtual reality, but built to play on PCs as well. 14. Guys, we have Lorelei and the Laser Eyes, which is a mystery adventure that was announced during the Nintendo Direct Mini just a little while ago. Once again from Annapurna Interactive, and with the aim to come out for PCs and Switch. Well, the game just got itself a delay and now releasing next year as opposed to September. Graphically, it is in black and white, or aesthetically, it is a detective-style puzzle game and taking clues a lot from the old classics. Take a look. Coming up behind that, we have something, in case you are new to, called Minds Beneath Us. This is a story-rich science fiction thriller and an adventure from a tad over a month ago, one that is set in this some sort of futuristic Asian city or country in the society that has become fully automated with AI. Well, here, this game is available on Steam through a demo so you can get a better idea for yourself. Story-wise, it's about some guy and a data ghost or something who lives in just his head and controls his body. Check it out, this game is releasing for PCs only soon.
Nikolai, tell me what happened last night. Where's Victoria?
Calm down, Benedict.
I am calm, but we both don't remember what happened here, and we both had horrible dreams.
Moving on, we have Saint Kotor, which is available on Steam for 24 bucks. This is a psychological horror detective game and about the disappearance of some relative in this occult town. The game is a point-and-click adventure at its core, as you can see, and a lot like the old Black Mirror games, in my opinion. Just in case you're wondering, the game is on its way to other consoles as well, Switch included, October 14 this year.
I set foot in it.
We must find that monster and kill him before he kills my dear wife and before he kills us all.
Look around. Can you smell death?
People assigned to protect us from evil have turned evil themselves.
Even God has given up hope for Svetikota.
I need to think about how time has changed the memory of you. How it will continue to change, to shift, until I'm left with a version I've created in my head.
Moving on, we have, well, once again by Annapurna Interactive, which is the king of all indie interactive adventures, something here called Hindsight, and honestly, this is pretty much in the same style of the other game that just released called the Memoir Blue. Hindsight will take you about 2 to 3 hours. Generally, the game focuses on some sort of trauma, so there's a chance you might cry. Guaranteed if that is what you need, so to speak. And yeah, the game is available on PCs and Switch only since earlier August.
To remember everything all at once. Back when you were still here.
And last but not least, we have something called South of the Circle, which is a story-focused, once again, narrative adventure about the life of a man who finds himself stranded in the middle of nowhere after some plane crash in Antarctica. This game is available since earlier in August as well. It's got a lot of positive reviews out there. It takes you about 5 hours to finish, or just in a single breath, and you can actually get it on all platforms too. Check it out in case you missed it.